near the buildings, all this light and heat. Time to take a stand, boys, time to make a choice. Time to find our courage, time to be deployed. Make our only stand here, make our roads complete. All we waited for now, past and future meet. Get your weapons ready, kiss loved ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Hopelessly outnumbered, it's tragic but it's true. Make your last formation, take the final road. Now it's time for endings, now it's time to go. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war. Talking about when I hit the harmony note every time, yeah. Still feel like that sounds like the end of the Jeffersons when I do that. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, Arvanauts. It is good to see everybody. Welcome to a Tuesday night stream. Tuesday, May 12th, here at 10:30, a little later than I wanted to get started, but that sometimes happens on Tuesday when I'm taking care of the daughter, so things get started a little bit late, but certainly not late from when I made my Steam announcement. So good to see everybody here. I hope everybody is doing well, and you guys are ready for some Pillars of Eternity. I think that we are closing in on being done with this game, people. That is my guess, but I'll talk more about that in a little bit. You guys know the way to help the stream. Exclamation point CTT will help you tweet out the stream. Exclamation point ArvTube will get you to my YouTube channel, where you can check out past broadcasts of the stream, including past broadcasts of Pillars of Eternity and big announcements and things like that. And exclamation point Steam group will get you over to my Steam group with the Arvanauts, currently 233 members strong, where you get to find out details about when the stream is going long and all that kind of stuff, and when you can find out more details about when it gets started. All of those things can help. And of course, last but certainly not least, exclamation point Arvtreon, ARVTREON, will get you to my Patreon. Thank you very much, Burner. My Patreon, which has just gotten started, I launched that officially on Saturday night. Night, and I'm very excited to say, as you guys can see, it is going very well. 18 patrons, $157 a month is awesome. We have hit 2 milestone goals already. We are going to be doing Fighting Fantasy game books every month, and I think that's probably going to be starting, by the way, June 1st is my guess, because everyone says that you're supposed to wait until the Patreon actually charges, and then the very next day is when you start handing out the rewards for the month previous. So probably June 1st is when we'll get started with the Fighting Fantasy game book stuff, and then short story reading, same thing. Once a month, I'm going to be doing these short story readings, and of course I owe, at the moment, I believe I owe something on the order of 5 or 6 poems. In fact, let me double check and see how many. Seven poems I owe, because I have 5 patrons at $10 or month, and 2 patrons at $25 or more per month. So I owe all of you people poems, and then I owe the 2 of you at $25 or more a short piece critique. So I'll be sending something out about that as well. I already actually sent something out to the first 17 patrons who joined me on day 1, thanking them. So if you are part of that mix and you guys were kind enough to support the Patreon, thank you so much. And if you are not, have not joined yet, certainly please consider doing so. Not at all necessary, of course. What you need to do is be in the channel. That's the most important thing. But if you're able to support the Patreon, that's basically my subsystem at the moment until I get partnerships from Twitch. And so I'd love to be able to do that and to get us up to the next step. The next milestone, by the way, is $200 a month. At $200 a month, you get to pick my game, even if it's a bad one. I do want to emphasize, even if it's a bad one, because I heard some people who were like, well, can we pick a game that's good? And I'm like, yes, you certainly can pick a game that's good. You need to pick you definitely do need to pick a game that's good. But you don't have to. You can also pick a terrible game. But in any case, that's possible. That's $200 or more per month. Once we hit that, assuming we stay at $200 and up, then you'll be able to pick my game. And then $400, which is the sort of the final milestone goal I have set up at the moment, that's D&D with viewers, but that's a way as well. So that's the thing about that. Why Lego? There's no reason that isn't good. I think that's perfectly fine. I'm not talking about all the time, but it's making clear, what the goal of the Patreon is. So I'm sort of laying out what needs to, what I'm doing and the point of what I'm doing. So that's all. I'm just making it clear about what the Patreon is all about since I just started. Nah. They're not going to put it off for that reason. I promise they won't. They're not going to do it for that reason. I bring it up as explaining what the Patreon is about. That's all. But I don't go overboard about that. So as far as, and you do memorize the stream paragraph. That's true, Burner. Anyway, the next day of Pillars of Eternity tonight. Thursday will be more Pillars of Eternity. And I'm thinking I may only have a couple of sessions left on this because I only have one side mission that I want to do left for the gods in the main quest here. I want to do Raedric's Hold, and that's basically it. I still don't really have any desire to do a bunch of the paths of Caed Nua or whatever. So I really just have those 2 side quests and then to sort of finish up the main quest. So I think a couple of sessions is probably going to be the key. I think probably 2 sessions, maybe 3 sessions at most. So I think we are going to get it done. As Burner mentioned, the Witcher is coming out on, I think it's the 19th, I believe, is when it's coming out. So I think we're going to get that done. I think we're going to finish it just in time. I don't know if I'm going to finish Trails in the Sky though, which is frustrating because I wanted to get Trails in the Sky finished too and get those 2 games wrapped. But if not, then I'll go on to The Witcher. Yeah, that's exactly it. I don't know if I'm going to finish Pillars and Trails, but we'll see. What'll happen. Yeah, well, working on it, Wonders. I appreciate that, but I'm working on it, man. 7 days from now, we will see. But any case, Pillars, then The Witcher, if I have to do that before Trails, then a Fighting Fantasy game book, and then after that, we'll do Arkham Knight. I'm not going to try to wrap up The Witcher before Arkham Knight comes out. I'm not going to rush it. First of all, everyone and their brother is going to be playing Arkham Knight, so I'm not worried about hitting that game a few weeks after it comes out. I'm not concerned about that. So I will play Arkham Knight. That'll be my big game after this, but there'll be a couple little interim games in the meantime. So you think I can do it about 8 hours or so? Okay, that's kind of what I figured. So according to Steam, I've put in about 68 hours on this game so far. So 76 from that you have to deduct breaks. So probably about 73, 74 hours of gameplay. But 73, 74 hours of gameplay is pretty freaking good. So I'm pretty pretty impressed, honestly, with the game so far. I've been very pleased with it. Before we get started, let me say hi to everybody, starting with, of course, the person who just showed up because his name happens to be first on my list. What's up, Zebchi? Hello, Rogan. What's up, Pope Karl Marx? Love that name. What's up, Mr. Wonders? Hello, Mercurius. Hello, Kanumi. What's up, Hippo? Hello, Gray. What's up, Game? Hello, Fenrir. What's up, Epidemic? Hello, Edgy. What is up? Of course, my mods, Lego, Dragon, and Burner. What is up, everybody? Good to see you all on a Tuesday night, and yeah, I'm looking forward to playing the next day of Pillars of Eternity. So let's get underway. Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of this, and let me turn on this. There we go. Here we are. Yeah, I know, 50 hours of reading text. I know, it does feel that way. Good to see everybody. Welcome, Marvinauts. And I am today wearing my Bruce Lee shirt. Be water, my friend. I've played this clip on stream before. I'm a huge fan of Bruce Lee. I have great admiration for Bruce Lee. And this interview that he did where he does this thing about be water, my friend, a friend of mine knew about that and got me this t-shirt for Christmas. And I was like, that's awesome. I had no idea such a shirt existed. But yeah, I'm a big fan. Bruce Lee, I feel like everybody knows Bruce Lee, but they don't really know him. Like they haven't studied his life or studied the sorts of things that he taught or the kind of, discipline that he engaged in. And he's a pretty cool dude. He is a pretty cool dude, Bruce Lee. What's up, Edgy? Good to see you, man. So, yeah, so we are going to get into some Pillars of Eternity. And thank you all so much again for those of you who supported the stream, supported the Patreon, done all the retweeting and all of the things. You guys are the best. I love you all. And whoa! And speak of the devil, we just hit a new patron. Who the hell was this? Somebody just popped in with a new poem request as we hit 167 per month. Who is this? Hold on. Okay, I think I might know who it is. So is this, again, I will do what I've done before. If the person whose first name starts with an N could identify himself. Is that you, Epidemic? Epidemic, is that you, man? Are you responsible? Sir, are you responsible for this? Are you responsible for this, sir? If that's you, Epidemic, then because remember, part 1 of the pledge requirement is that I have to call you guys out on, is that I support you, is that unless you say, like you send me a message saying, please don't tell anyone this, but otherwise that I call you out. Yeah, there we go. Hey, thanks a lot, Epidemic. I appreciate it, man. Epidemic, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it so much. That's awesome. Wow. I didn't even get into the game and it got started. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Well, awesome, guys. 167. That is really awesome, dude. Thank you so much. You are now officially part of the mix. You are part of the poem. So you're part of the poem. You're going to be getting a poem dedicated just to you. That will come, as I say, June 1st. I will be sending that out. So thank you so much. And yeah, let's get into some games, people. Pillars time. Pillars time, living in the city. I have to say, by the way, I want to give another streamer a pop. I want to give him props and also give him a pop. I don't know if anyone was watching earlier today. I was doing some grading earlier today, and I was watching ItMeJP playing Reign of Kings. ItMeJP, for those of you who don't know, is a guy, he's a pretty well-known streamer on Twitch who does a Dropped Frames, like a podcast, vidcast show. He interviews Co-Carnage a lot, and Towley and some other people like that, Zeke. And he also has a role-play series, which I love. And he actually does Shadowrun. He does this sort of new... It's not Shadowrun, it's like some kind of like space opera type of role-playing system and then sort of straight up D&D. And he has sort of a regular crew of people that he plays with. But he runs a tight ship over there. And he was doing Reign of Kings, which is, I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's like some kind of random Minecraft. We are going to do Raedric today, I think, Rogan, probably, yes. But so he does that. And it's like this sort of weird Minecraft chivalry cross is kind of what it looks like to me. But they were doing like this silly role-playing thing where like he took over as king and he's running around like referring to everybody as king. It was really, really funny. Like Dodger, I don't know if you know her, another fairly famous, well-known Twitch streamer, but also YouTuber. So he runs into this one person who's like a huntsman, and he decides that he wants to marry the huntsman's daughter for the kingdom, but he sees the huntsman's daughter and is appalled by her looks. And so he starts being like, huntsman, I cannot marry something like this. And so the person played by Dodger is actually like, Daddy, why is he treating me this way? And he's like, I'm sorry. And like, It was really, really funny. Oh god, so precious. I was dying. It was pretty awesome. Anyway, if you get a chance to check out at me JP, I was impressed by his stream today. It was pretty good stuff. I'm also hoping that maybe he can give us a pop when we do the D&D session with Ed Greenwood in a couple months from now in July. I'm hoping that he can maybe, you know, throw us a host, something like that. You know, just throw us a bone. That'd be nice. Yeah, you know what I have to say though? Neil's a solid DM, but I have to say, Mr. Wonders, I actually prefer the other guy, and I can never remember his name. He's the other guy who also DMs fairly often for them, but it's not Neil. But he's also pretty well known, and I can't remember what the hell his name is now. He's got like curly hair, and he's got a beard, like a goatee, and glasses. I can't remember his name though. He's the other guy. I mean, Neil's good too. Don't get me wrong, but like, there's something. This other guy I like. It's not Adam. Adam is the DM for the Shadowrun games. Adam's also good, and he was playing with them today. But there's a third guy that plays with them that I can't remember his name that I really like a lot too as a DM. Although, of course, nobody is Chris Perkins. I like to think of myself as a pretty good DM because I've done it for a long time, and I'm you know, I like to think that I've, you know, gotten a lot of practice at it. But man, Chris Perkins, that guy is legit. Legit. Oh, yeah, I figured Epidemic. That's why I just wanted to say the first name. Because then we were like, here's the name of the guy who blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, no, man. Neil's good, too. Don't get me wrong. Neil's good, too. I just can't remember his name, though. I wish I could remember the name of the other guy. That's my bad. Somebody will know. Hey, if it isn't Messiah. What's up, Messiah? Hello. Hi, Messiah. Hey, Messiah, thank you so much for letting me know that you received the book. I appreciate that. Good to see you, Messiah. What's up? Welcome in to the stream. Okay, what am I doing here? Right, that I'm doing, and the only thing I wanted to do, I'm not doing a Servant of Death. I'm not doing that. In fact, I'm doing the opposite. I'm going to go kill Raedric at some point. But before I do that, Nest Above the Clouds. So we're going to travel to Hylea's Temple. Okay, Mountain Pass, an old song. Alright, so let's do that. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on a moment, someone else has jumped in to the mix. I will check that in just a moment. Thank you very much for whoever just jumped in and did that. As we hit an even 20 patrons, thank you guys. Hold on, I'm going to see who that is in just a moment. Oh, fast mode. Fast mode. Who are we looking at? Who is this? Oh, I think I may know one of the two already. Oh my god, right, dude? Acquisitions Incorporated is Chris Perkins is amazing. He's amazing. He is so good. He's good at everything. He knows the rules. He's patient. He's funny. He like is brilliant with maps and world creation and adventure design. He's just that guy is the best. And Acquisitions is great. Like, I don't think people realize that having the chemistry those guys have is not easy. They do a really good job. I would love to get a chance to play with them, with Chris, Mike, and Jerry. Those guys are something else. My only one degree of separation is that I know Mike Selinker pretty well, and Mike Selinker has a new... Mike Selinker is a game designer who did Pathfinder Adventure Card Game. He did the Maze of Games. He's done other stuff, and he's currently designing this game called, I think it's the Apocrypha game from his company, Lone Shark Games. It's this huge adventure card game with like different text that sort of adjusts with other text. It's cool. Anyway, but Jerry Holkins is writing that, so I know Mike, who knows Jerry. Actually, I know Ed Greenwood extremely well, and obviously Ed Greenwood, knows Chris Perkins very well. So I've got a couple of degrees of separation there, one way. I would say that at least I got that going on. So for the person who just contributed, the person who just jumped on board as a Patreon, I would love to know who you are. I think you're one of two people. If your name starts either with a J... If your name starts either with a J or an E, could you identify it? If your name starts either with a J or an E, could you please identify yourself if you so wish, so I can officially thank you for your awesomeness? Yes. I agree with that. I like Will, although I have to say, and I agree with you about Will, but I have to say that, you know, Pat Rothfuss, oh, that's another one. I do know Pat very well because I've been on panels with him. I did a reading with Pat once, and I've interviewed Pat on Speculate, my podcast, a few times. So Pat is, that's an even closer connection, I should say. I do know Pat really well. Pat's a good dude. Yeah, so that's my author connection there. But yeah, Pat was pretty good, I would say. Pat's been pretty good with them. And the other one, the woman who used to do X-Play, whose name now escapes me. She's the new intern. She's been decent too. Like, they've been good replacements, but yeah, Will is Will, right? I mean, like, and it's not like they you know, there's no problem there. It's just that they're all super busy. Like, Will's super busy with tabletop, and like Geek and Sundry has been blowing up, and so, you know. Okay. Temple of Hylia, there we go. I guess I'm gonna have to go there through Old Song. Yeah, he's been awesome. So anybody know who E or J is who wants to acknowledge themselves? E or J? Morgan Webb, that's it. Thanks, Dragon. What's up, by the way, Dragon? Yes, E or Morgan Webb. Yes, she did a good job. Good to see you, Dragon. What's up, dude? What is up, man? And Old Songs Past. That's where it was. I was like, what the hell are they talking about? Where is this thing? Okay. Oh, Endurance has something to say to me. All right. You got something to say to me? Okay. Let's save it and talk to Durance. Yeah, Morgan Webb. She was good. She was good. Oh, Dragon. Yeah, she's I think she's married to someone too who's fairly significant in gaming. I don't remember his name, but Durance doesn't seem to recognize you for a second, then blinks, frowns. What is it, Watcher? Does what we learned about Boudica trouble you?
It stinks of her. It is justice, but if her greater purpose was to think Margaret would fall prey to such deceit. And Aethys. Widewind had always claimed to be invading Deerwood to free it. What if it were true? What if he had come to stop Boudica's plot before it began? Surely Aethys earned his death at Godhammer Citadel, but not for those reasons. Not to keep him silent. If such a thing has brought about this chaos, must we always be tools of gods? If Boudica and Magrin, if they are the cause of this, the Hollowborn, if the purges were never necessary, if Aethys was fighting back,
if all of these ... Oh god, this is where I dropped the psychological hammer. Dang, your god hammer didn't save you, would have doomed it. Let's see. Then your god hammer didn't save her, would have doomed it. Aethys needed to be stopped, and so did Boudica. Whatever the reason, Aethys still sought to murder others, inflict his will on others. There you go. The Hollowborn were the crime of another god. Yes.
So many lies. And Boudica, perhaps she is the next god to fall beneath the Godhammer.
Would it have been better if you were spared this knowledge? Yeah, exactly, Wonders.
No, I am glad to have walked this far with you, seen this truth. Perhaps it was what I was meant to see, with a Watcher's eyes.
In Watcher's eyes, the light, the heat, I am complete.
All these dances of words and intrigues, machines of men, twisted, ripping the souls of children, and by the gods, the goddess of justice. If I could end her like Aethys, Magrin burned her once. One can do so again. Boudica, she must answer to her own justice. Anyone with a shred of spirit seeks both justice and punishment. It burns in the heart of anyone who lives. All seek it. If the world does not balance, we all drown in the oceans. And the gods would not care. Margaret, she must be redeemed. And punishing Woodica, that will serve.
Unless Magrin was not was a willing accomplice. It's possible, Lego. I definitely have been having fun watching Foom do the Jackbox Party Pack. It's possible. I have to say that ArvCon is currently constituted. I'm thinking of a lot more sort of like, I'd love to do sort of like in-person type of stuff. What I may end up doing is do like, I might do one day of sort of on-stream, like live streaming. There's like just a very long, like 10-hour stream with like multiple, games and online games and stuff like that. And then one of sort of like in-person, like a D&D session or something like that. I haven't totally decided, but if I do online stuff, yes, that could very well be a part of it because that actually is fun, the Jackbox Party Pack. Let's see. Willing accomplice?
Is this some final joke at my expense? To test my faith further? And why would you think that, Watcher?
You said you left Ashfall without telling anyone of your departure?
If all you have are questions, then I have enough of those. She is a bitch of a goddess, to be sure. But even a whore only goes so far in crossing those she serves.
Just a feeling.
That is all you have, a feeling. If feelings provoked me to say every thought that crossed my mind, get gone and leave me to my thoughts. What? If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckle.
I have to finish up this side quest with Durance here. So where are you from?
Where I hail from? From one of Margren's fires. A cathedral. Ashfall. Made of blackened trees.
That's kind of a problem insofar as he told me just now he was from Ashfall, and I asked him if he was from Ashfall before it. Little shaky. Little shaky.
I studied the scriptures there. The fires carved into the land. The trunks of the burnt trees. And in the factories where the rifles and cartridges were shaped. All are chapels in other devotions.
Other devotions? For Magrin, any fire is enough for worship, physical or not. A blacksmith's anvil, a craftsman's bench, all arenas where fire is waiting to be born. It just needs a spark, like an alchemical fire, or spark to cartridges to speed them to their purpose. I like how he's like, Mr. Rhetorical Question. Their purpose? Yeah, that's the best I could do, Wonders, because the resolution issue. Although, I have to say, I have officially given up. I've officially, been worn down. I sent Satobo an email asking him. He said he might have a monitor that he could sell me. I think I may buy his monitor because I think that as much as I have liked this monitor, I think he's right that the resolution stuff, it isn't a monitor. It really is a TV. It's supposed to serve as both, and it kind of does, but not perfectly. So I'm going to get another 23-inch because, the Patreon will allow that to happen. And so I want to be able to, that'll be something which will directly improve the stream and, quite frankly, my eyesight. So, yeah. So it's a little cut off on the left. It's not intentional, but it's the best I could do after kind of screwing around and stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, soon when I grow up. Well, their purpose then. It was many thens ago. The beard was a little brighter than now. But yes, cartridges, guns all had a purpose, and that purpose was punching holes in mages and letting their pompous air hiss out. Woke their kind right up and kept them staring at the ceiling in the dark instead of sleeping, that's for certain. A little violence isn't accounting an answer for unchecked power. Well, Magrin gave an answer for that. Oh, thanks, dude. No, I appreciate it, man. No, I know. I wasn't yelling at you at all. I was saying for me, I'm kind of like, I feel like I've had it with this monitor. Like, I like it, but I've had the sort of problems I've had to deal with. I'm sort of tired of dealing with it. So that last conversation did not end the way it did for me. Really, Hippo? With Durance? Yeah, I may have pushed him a little bit. I like Durance, though. Magrin puts soldiers and mages on equal footing. Mages were troublesome in that time. Firesomes made every man a mage, and a caster's pretty arcane shield was little match for them. It turned every commoner into a beast that could spit fire. It leveled the field of battle, that's for certain, made many a mage a grave. Tell me more about Ashfall. You're more curious about it than most of Magrin's faithful. What else can you tell me about Ashfall? I love the fact that he's born. I love the fact that this guy who's all about fire actually is in a place called Ashfall. I love it. What more to tell? Durrance frowns, his hand tightening on his staff again, his fingers seeming to sink into the wood. It is one of the greatest fires of Magran, the High Seat. Some say the blackest, not of evil, but of ash, all that remains after fire has fed. Yeah, I'll check it as soon as I'm done with this, Hippo. I called it a cathedral before. That's not the full truth of it. It's more a battlefield. It lies in the heart of the War of Black Trees, its timbers built from the burnt forest there, each timber blessed by fire, and one of Magran's greatest battles. Many of us helped shape the war effort there, with flames and firearms. Okay, what's it like? Massive, beautiful, blessed by the goddess. Flame cannot strike it twice. Yeah, no, I know, dude, I am. I was so happy with it, though. It was my old TV, and it was 23 inches, and it fit. Yes, but no, the time has come. My two monitors to the right and the left, Satobo will tell you, are fine. Like, the two that I've got on these are fine, but the one in the middle is not going to cut it anymore. Durrance's eyes travel to his ashen staff, studying the etchings. Beneath, tunnels and chambers, bellows and fire pits, and many of the faithful looking for a means to bring fire to the world. Guns, explosives, alchemy, all of these are our holy symbols, and we are eager to share. That staff of yours seems like your holy symbol.
This? In a way. This is more of what's left behind when flame strikes. If Ashfall is a cathedral propped up and fenced with such sticks, then this stick, well, this is what props me up as I walk the cathedral of my road, to other Ashfalls waiting to be made, perhaps.
I'm waiting for him to drop in a... No, my daughter will never have a TV in her room. We've made very... Mommy and Daddy don't have a TV in their room either. We made very clear a TV is not for the bedroom. The bedroom is for specific things, and TV watching is not one of them. But, you know, maybe I should just have it as a fourth monitor, and I could just completely have my wife just stare at me like I'm, I'll just mount the fourth one over here, and I can be like, well, chat, and I can, like, reach up here. Like, all the chat can be main screened, like, here, like, widescreen. So I can see all of you guys in, like, multicolored glory to my right. Oh, man. But anyway, I was waiting for him to pop into Green Day. I walk a lonely road, the only road that I have ever known.
The wood is taken from the War of Black Trees. Sturdy. It served me well on my travels. Been a boon companion.
Can you tell me of the War of Black Trees? Keep troubling me, and I may extend the tithe bowl for each question. Enough questions for now. Let the road keep us until the next campfire. Ah, man, you shut me off. I have more questions.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong...
Yeah. Well, damn. All right. Yeah, this is the last update that I have, Hippo. Kitchen TV. Maybe. There we go. So, yeah. That's what it looks like, Hippo. And it's, I don't know, I mean, it's been this way for a while. I mean, I've talked to him a few times. Yeah, that's true. I'd have to figure out where to put it, though. And the other thing is, I only have a video card that can handle 3 monitors. Dragon, so I'd have to think about that. I mean, I guess I could have 2 video cards, but oh god. I don't know. I have to think about that. Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not, like, it's not urgent for me to finish it. I just wanted to continue with his stuff. Alright, here we go. Temple of Hylia. What? Oh. Northweald first. Specific. Yes. I'll leave the rest to your vision. Get such an Assassin's Creed vibe from this, music-wise. I don't remember. Let's take a look. Nope. It's got DMI and DVI inputs. But no USB. It's older. It's probably like... Oh. Gotta fix that camera, too. It's probably like... there we go. I want to say that it's probably... Geez, I don't know. 7, 8 years old, this TV now. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's fine. That's fine. It is not urgent. Okay, what am I doing?
I shall.
Oh, how are we doing on the stronghold? What? Okay. 3 hours until the library is finished. That's good. Yeah. Well, actually, I use Chromecast on my TV downstairs. I use Chromecast sometimes to broadcast Twitch or YouTube when I want to grade down there, because I don't always want to be just stuck in the office. Pilgrim's Camp, what? What the hell is this?
And what does the flame reveal?
The inscriptions on this altar are almost unreadable on a layer of thick moss pay homage to Aliyah. Okay, well that's good, because that's where I'm going. Yeah, well, I mean, it was good at the time. It's HD. No, the truth is that it doesn't have, it's got HDMI and DVI inputs, but the resolution just doesn't work right. I think because it's got a maximum 720 input, but just the way that it's sort of set up. And the big problem is the overscan. That's the biggest issue. There's all these issues with overscanning that make it impossible to use that, so. Yeah, sleeping would improve your romance life, right? This spear, broken in half, has ornate Glanfathan etchings along the two halves of its shaft. The wet wood shows dense stained green with moss, probably from impacts against the river's rocks. Interesting. Ooh. Oh. They do love them some beetles.
My mind feels...
What? Guts!
Yes?
Man. I remember when those stone beetles used to wreck me. Remember back in the day when they used to absolutely wreck me. Okay.
I shall. I'm here.
Windows for work groups. I've told this story before, but you may not have been on stream when I told it. About I used to, when I was a kid, when I got my first computer. I got my first computer. My family got its first computer when I was halfway through my freshman year of college. I was living at home for the first 2 years and going to the local branch of the university because I couldn't afford to go to the main branch, University of Connecticut, Hartford. So for the first 2 years I was at home, and right around November, December of that year, I remember because I actually still have my first ever document that I wrote was a take-home philosophy final, Philosophy 101. And I wrote it using WordPerfect, which is what I used to use for a word processor before Microsoft Word, before I converted over to that. But it was a Packard Bell 386. And I think it came with like Battlehawks 1942 or something like that. And then my first ever computer that was my own computer was a Leading Edge 486. That's the one that I actually took with me when I went off campus, or went on campus, I should say, to the Stores branch when I was a junior. So basically those two computers, 386 and a 486. And I remember when I got those computers, I got this program called Menu Power with it, because I was like, who the hell is ever going to need this Windows thing? Like, why would you ever need to have multiple windows open at one time? It was just like, oh, how things change. Yeah, and I had a TRS-80, as I think we've talked about. I had a TRS-80 that I even programmed on a little bit in BASIC. Every Radio Shack in Connecticut, man. 10, print. Quote, Greg is great. 20, go to 10. 30, end. Wow. Wow. Holy crap. What just... Whoa, 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 whoa. What just the hell just happened there? What? I just destroyed... Wait a minute. Okay. Right. Case engaged bear. Case crits bear for 34 pierce damage. Case hits bear for 16 pierce damage. Grieving Mother crits bear for 14 pierce damage plus Sai and Mika's roar. Crits bear for 13 pierce damage. Killed bear. God, man, that's crazy. Wow. Yeah, exactly. My teen years. But I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what. People can laugh, but back in the day, having to make a... do you ever have to make a boot disk? Did you guys ever have to do a boot disk with extended memory? The difference between extended memory and expanded memory? Man, I had to do a boot disk. Back in the day, man. That was how I got my Ultima Underworld running way back in the day. That's what I played the Black Gate and Ultima Underworld on to begin with, Dragon.
Of course.
Using a MIDI keyboard for the music. With that Ultima Underworld music. Bump, 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 bump. Ba-da-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Bum. Bump, 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 bump. I loved it. Oh, wait a second, wait a second. We got a camp over to the left here. Striking shot. I think I did. I don't actually remember, though. Let's see. I've got Crucible of the Soul. Oh, no, that's not it. I've got Distant Advantage, bonus to accuracy, deflection, reflex. I've got Driving Flight. That one has been really useful. That's the ranged attacks bounce plus 1 time. That's been super useful. Marked Prey. That's not important for this. Stalker's Link. Accuracy when attacking the same target as my wolf. Swift Aim. And Wounding Shot. Also Interrupting Blows. Also Mob Justice. And Blooded Hunter. Ooh. Secret Knowledge of the Fangs allows you to more easily stalk prey and resist damage if the quarry discovers your presence. +1 damage reduction, slash, pierce, and +1 stealth. Nice, nice. I forgot that I completed that and got that. Yeah. Yep, pretty much. Microsoft makes DOS 6 available for free. Do they really?
Yes?
They even acknowledge it still? No, I'm going this way. Nice. Oh, Adrigan. I know your deal. Okay, good. Okay.
My mind.
God damn it, Adra. I mean, Ader, wherever you are.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Alright. Charmed, but only for a moment. I knew I had to get rid of you, Adrigan. That was a fairly simple affair.
I'm ready.
Alright, then field triage yourself, please. Hey, Thorg, what's up, man? He was screwed up. Oh, you just finished Star Wars Tarkin? Nice. Bugs? You think it's too many or not enough, Hippo? Welcome in, Thorg, welcome in. You missed all the, Thorg, you missed all the fun with the Patreon launch on Saturday, man.
What?
Okay, good. That's the stab. I was like, wait, why? Whoa. Wow. Clouds above the cliffs of the Northfield reflect of this pillar of Adra. Pilgrim's Shrine, the nest. Oh, this is it. This is the place, right? Okay. We're close to the nest, anyway. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, cool. Oh, did you oh, nice. Boot menus. Nice, nice, nice.
Eyes open.
I'm here.
Got any traps? Traps?
Yes?
A winding stair hugs the cliffside, providing an impressive view as you work your way higher and higher. Not too far along the path, however, you find your progress interrupted. A large boulder appears to have fallen onto the road from somewhere up above and now sits squarely in your way. Let's examine the area. The boulder is nearly flush with the cliff face, preventing you from passing by on that side. Along the edge of the cliff, however, there is a narrow space just wide enough to follow across to the other side. The boulder's landing has crushed the steps beneath it, however. Let's use a hammer and chisel to clear the way. Chiseling away at the boulder proves a slow and wearying endeavor, especially when several sections of the boulder prove too hard to carve through, forcing you to aim elsewhere. After a long while, your efforts pay off and a section of the boulder splits away. You hear the echoing clatter of the rocks tumbling down the side of the cliff. The sound seems to stir something overhead. A shadow crosses the path quick as lightning, and vanishes before you can catch a glimpse of what has cast it. But you do see the rapidly growing silhouettes of several more rocks flung down at you from above. Oh god. Scrambling to action, the party ducks under a small, rocky protrusion along the cliff face, but Kana stumbles and is left just short of shelter. A sudden hailstorm of fist-sized rocks and scattered debris rains down upon them. Damn it, Kana! Battered and bruised, Kana leaps the final distance to safety. After a short while, the thundering rumble of falling stones fades away. Your ordeal past, you continue your climb, and the rest of the journey precedes that incident. At last, you find yourself at the base of a final twisting set of steps, above which you can see the towering pillars of Hylia's nest. Man, Kana. The hell's up with that, Kana? He's got a concussion and bruised ribs. Oh my god, man. Alright, well. Let's rest it up, shall we? The morning is cold and silent. You are upon the plateau of the Birthing Bell, and there is no sound, no wind. The sky is a smooth, mortared gray, the forest beneath the plateau nothing more than a jagged black silhouette. Even the rock, the Adra around you. It feels colder, the sun's warmth bled from it. Against the cold backdrop of the sky, you see the great Birthing Bell hanging from its arch of Adra. Its surface is tarnished, and the shadows inside the bell are dark, still. It seems to breast down upon you, or simply, sadly, watching as if standing above a grave formed from the table of the plateau and the remains of the mother's womb that now covers its surface. And there is something heavy in your hands. It breathes, gurgling, slick and wet, yet that is all it is. You find yourself filled with fear. You don't want to look at what you are holding. You don't want to touch it with your mind, and it is all you can do not to cast it from you. What looks below you? The mass before you is vacant, flesh in the shape of a newborn. Bubbles of saliva bunch at the mouth, expelled by its steady, gurgling breath. Its arms, legs, head lolling, limp. No thought, no struggle, no desire to cry in protest or pain. There is nothing from within. There is an absence in your hand. Your hands tremble, shake, and the silence is broken as the chimes on your wrist echo with the trembling. And the chimes do not echo in the thoughts of the mass in your hands. There is no soul within to hear it. The Hollowborn. The only emotions blanketed the plateau are the pain of the mother. The child breathes, its heart beats, but it makes no cry. The child feels light, empty. There is no joy in it, no fear, no thoughts at all. Yet in the hollows inside it, it breathes, a thing of habit, not life. You cannot move. Your trembling has subsided, and the birthing chimes on your wrists are as still as the child. The mother is crying, eager to see, begging to see the child. You feel a sudden spike of fear, of being hunted. If you give the child to the mother, you will be blamed, and her anguish and rage shall fall upon you. She will not spare you or anyone you love, of this you are certain. But you did not cause this. You don't think you caused it. And the mother begs, her arms outstretched. Hand of the child. The chimes sound once more as you give the child to its mother. And as the chime fades, there is the eager gleam, the welling joy, the questioning. And you draw upon it deeply, letting the hope stream into her eyes, letting her ears fill with the cries that you've heard countless times past from other children on the bell. So she lied by putting in the, oh man. You hear the laughter in the mother's voice and streams of tears that run down her face, and with a practiced motion you weave a life that will never be into her eyes and thoughts. She will care for the child as if it were whole until you set her free. She will care for it until you find a way to heal what has happened, until the reality cannot be dispelled anymore. And the still, cradled beneath the weeping woman that birthed it, the child in her arms does not hear the cries of the mother, does not react. It is an empty thing that breathes and carries nothing within it. And the chimes on your wrist lie still. They are bound to you like chains, never to sound inside a newborn's mind ever again. Well, snap. Alright, let me equip, first of all, let me equip this, and then I gotta talk to her about what just happened. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Merchant stalls. Curio shop, Artificer's Hall. Botanical garden. Let's go with the botanical garden.
Your mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
I do have questions for you. Let's see. I saw a Hollowborn at the birthing bell. The grieving mother's head bows, and she raises her hands, cradling them slowly, so the chimes do not sound as she moves them. You feel a chill in the air, as if the vault of your mind is growing, too large for the thoughts within, and your breath is laced with the chill. To your horror, you hear her breathing, ragged, hacking, but strangely steady, and you can see saliva bunching at the corners of her lips, becoming thick ropes of drool that cast themselves down her chin. There is the smell of blood in the air, new, wet, and the salt's sharp tang in your mind. Coupled with this, the smell of sodden undergarments cloying at your senses. Try and steady her. Stepping forward, your hand falls on her shoulder, and then you feel her begin to fall, rigid as a falling stone, and you place your other hand on her shoulder to steady her. Throughout, there is the horrid, steady breathing. Her clothes are wet. It is as if she burning? Okay. It is as if she is burning, with fever beneath her tangled hair and beneath her threadbare robes, as if she is giving birth. With a slow, hissing intake of breath, her head rolls back on her shoulders, her eyes pressed tightly together like the lids of a newborn. What's up, Leon? Yet past the lids you can feel the piercing stare, vacant, cold. Horribly you sense nothing from her, not a thought like the Hollowborn you held in her memory. You know if you try and pull away now, she will vanish into herself, and vanish from your thoughts, perhaps forever, and you have a terrible feeling that whatever connects the two of you will be cut. She is as helpless before you as a child, and you search your thoughts for a way to coax her to you. Imagine the cries of the newborn from the first memory when you met. She jerks slightly before you, then her head tilts and the steady breathing breaks, and she gives a racking cry.
I thought it was my doing. I thought that I had stilled it with my thoughts. The child. It was just a child. What was done with it?
It was reversed the previous memory. The child was born dead. I do not know. I think you helped give birth to the child. You helped give birth to a Hollowborn, yet you made the mother think otherwise. Oh, man. I'm going to tell the truth. Her breathing is steady again, but there is a life in it where there was not one before, and her emotions are building in her. Apprehension, confusion, welling up. She seems afraid to do more than simply be aware the memory is
It was
there.
not the last Hollowborn on the birthing bell, and never again did I hear a child's cry.
Yep. You have found a death within me, one that many women have born within them. The worlds swirl with impulses and weight spiraling around her, and you feel as if you're being dragged into it. I sought to serve women in need, and instead my hands ushered no new life. What happened next, I bear the responsibility for.
The first
What happened
birth
next?
was the deepest, the saddest. Nothing I could do could find the child's spirit, guide it to him.
You feel the strange absence between you, as if your thoughts are being shared across a great distance. The thought bleeds out for a moment, then returns, sharp, near, personal. I could not understand what had happened, what I might have done. I feared No, I could not dwell on that thought. The child was always there, always a reminder of what had happened, a marker. I made her care for it. I made them all care for it, until I could find what had gone wrong. But the Hollowborn, it wasn't your doing. It happened elsewhere.
Little word of the outside world reached us. It was enough time for rage and pain and grief to guide hands. I feared what
That's
would
okay,
happen
Wonders.
to the children. What would happen to me? Every mother knows her womb may shed a stillborn, but these cold, soulless creatures, the parents wouldn't have understood, and fear of the unknown breeds violence.
What happened then?
I held their minds within mine. I shaped and guided them as long as I could. And with each passing day, each new birth, the strain grew. And the more I felt my control slipping, the more I focused my thoughts. Eventually, even I succumbed to the power of my own illusion. I'd woven the threads so tightly that I could no longer see through them.
And then one morning, I heard funeral bells tolling in the village. The sounds of wailing rose through the mists. A mother had died, her mind so focused on the care of her Hollowborn child that she'd neglected even to feed herself. Wow. Wow. This is the law of unintended consequences, people. Wow. And with that, the illusion broke. The townsfolk saw their Hollowborn the way they were, not the way I'd wished them to see. By the end of the day, they'd begun to look at me differently, too. I did not understand what had happened, but I knew enough to flee. And every suspicion that surfaced, every faded memory of what I'd done, I pressed it down, tucked it away. This is a lot. Messiah, isn't this from... Didn't you say to me this was reminding you a lot of Glory's story from Shadowrun? Doesn't this remind you a little bit of Glory? She reminds me a lot of Glory. I don't know why. She feels cold, lonely, rigid. My skill failed me, but I did what was necessary. I regret the mother's death, but how much worse would it have been had I not acted? I don't agree with number 3. It's not you inflicted your will on the townspeople. I do wonder if there weren't other ways. I don't really buy you had to defend yourself either. It's between 2 and 4 for me. I don't agree with 1, I don't agree with 3. Protecting innocent lives is worth any price. Just about any price. I wish that were a little bit worded slightly differently. Almost any price it's worth. And I feel like there might have been other ways, but... Nah, I think she was in an impossible situation. I'm going to say 2.
Yes. And yet, was the mother not also innocent? Did she not also deserve my protection? I feel the purity of my reasons, and yet little satisfaction for what I've done.
Let's see. The right thing... Oh, wow. I no longer wish you travel with me. The right thing is not always easy, and yet if we can redeem the lost children of the Deerwood, our struggle will be worth it. To rule another like that, even for mercy, is wrong. We must accept there's some things we cannot control. I have not Wonders, but I do have a public speaking background, so I had a lot of practice with this. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, yeah, Rogan, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like the split, though, sort of the split between her emotions and what she's able to reveal and not reveal. So, yeah, I have a background in public speaking, Wonders, so a little bit is like that. Hey, Five, what's up, man? Five, thank you so much for the kind message, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. This is a tough call, guys, for me. I'm evenly split. I'm not going to say 3, but I feel like... I wish I could say both. I wish I could be like, the right thing is not always easy, and yet if we can redeem the lost children of the Deerwood, our struggle will be worth it. Semicolon. But to rule another like that, even for mercy, is wrong. I don't know. We must accept there's some things we cannot control. I have not yet, Leon, no. The only thing I can say for sure is I'll definitely have them on there. Hey, what's up, G? And by the way, I think I mentioned this before, but in case you guys missed it, I'm going to be interviewing on Speculate. I'm actually doing it on Thursday. I'm going to be interviewing Carrie Patel, who is an author. I was interviewing her because she's an author. I happen to know she's also a gamer. Josh Vogt, who's also an RPG guy, author, and a gamer. And is going to be at Gen Con at the Writers' Symposium, which I've done every year. I'm doing again this year. He's going to be there. And we brought on Carrie Patel, and I didn't realize until a few days ago that Carrie Patel, her day job is that she works at Obsidian, and she wrote characters for this game. So I was like, So I definitely I've got several links now into Obsidian. So I will be able to get them for any expansions as well. It is some Planescape Torment stuff, Thorg, which makes sense given who wrote this character, right? I think it's the right thing. I think the right thing's not always easy. The grieving mother's mind is silent and still for several moments. She lets your words wash over her, seeping into the cracks in her own thoughts.
My actions only caused more misery. Worse, I took from an entire village, made them as empty and helpless as the children I sought to protect.
Yeah, isn't that cool, Leon?
But you feel it was right to hold and direct their minds, even knowing the cost?
You did not know the cost then. We must often plot our courses with imperfect knowledge. Yes, that's true. Mercy gave the children a chance, and it brought their families joy, if only a while. That's also true. A fresh and innocent life is valuable above all things. Yes, it was worth it. Oh my God! All 3 of these answers are good. The last couple ones, like, they were sort of in the middle. All 3 of these are good. Oh my God. I know, right, Hippo? 4. I just say it, and for some reason that's the only part that's voice acted. I go, all of the above, and she's like, what? And then I'm like, all of the above, and she's like, oh. I think of this 2 is my favorite choice, but boy, all 3 of these are good.
A melody, brief yet sweet, a fragile thing to cherish while it lasts. A short turn of the wheel, but a turn all the same. Your words have soothed my mind in ways I did not expect. I thank you, Watcher, for the gift of your sight, for using it to guide me out of the prison of my mind. Let us hope it can also free you from the illusions Theos has woven around you.
I'm fairly happy with how I fixed that, how I dealt with that. Nice. Quest solved. Quest complete. Did the best you could at the time. That's awesome. That's a really good character design. I agree with that, Rogan, but remember, her actions were not for the children here. The children were already lost. They didn't exist as such. Her actions were for the parents. And I can tell you, as a parent myself, and having watched my daughter be born, If you've been through it, you'll know a little bit about what it means. It's sort of hard to explain if you haven't, except to say that it's extraordinarily powerful, and to have moments of joy with your children. And I know people that have gone through, I mean, lots of us have been through a great deal of sadness and trauma, but I know people that have been through a lot with their kids, and it was all worth it for them just to get some moments with them. I mean, people will pay an awful lot for just a few days, weeks, months of life. So it's... Okay, now dump her. I'm not gonna dump her. He's like, okay, thanks. Oh man, it's like the Blues Brothers, where Belushi's in front of Carrie Fisher, and he's like, it wasn't my fault, I swear to God. She's like, oh baby. He's like, okay, great. He's like, all right, let's go. And then he pushes her into the mud and he walks away. Oh God, yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, Avalon is great. Avalon is great. What's up, Demiser? Okay. Right. Let's move up to... Alright, so her quest is done. Ader's quest is done. We've still got... And I think Palagina's quest is done. So we've got Kana and Durance left. And also Sagani, who I've spent no time with, and Aravius, who I don't care. Alright, let's save it up front. I actually already saved it. I'm going to save it again, because whatever. Yeah, that was definitely one of those where you're like navigating without a net. You know, you're like, better not mess this up.
Margren's fire casts light in dark places.
Dark places. Okay. What is it that's up here, by the way? Where are we up here? Confront the beast. Yeah, okay, so this is obviously a dragon, right? It's like a dragon or a griffin or like a giant of death. You stayed celibate for me? You stayed celibate? What do you mean? Whoa, God!
My, that is large.
Holy crap, is that awesome. Look at that thing. Oh, man. That is badass. Look at that thing. It's like... I was like... Well, snap. As you reach the summit of the mountain, a gust of wind stirs the air. You hear a noise like the snapping of sails, and the sky is briefly blotted out. A dragon lands before you, shaking the ground beneath your feet. It draws itself up to its full height and spreads its wings, barring your passage. Its neck, its back, and the ridge of its spine are covered with magnificent plumage. It hisses at you, and while the sound is unlike any language you've ever heard, the beast's meaning is utterly clear.
Vermin invading my nest, threatening my hatchling. You shall feed my young.
A small worm crouches in a corner of the temple behind the dragon. So... Be careful, Watcher. Her mind is on edge, not with hunger but with fear. There is little more dangerous than a mother defending her offspring. You have young here?
I will protect my last hatchling to the death, and that death will be yours, rodent.
Hylia is the goddess of motherhood, actually.
And of the sky and all winged creatures. Even my kind know of her.
Is that why you came here?
I came to care for my remaining hatchling. My kind requires territory. Few places are safe for our young. This is a lesson that cost me the rest of my brood.
Screw it. I already have the favor of the gods. You should stay and raise your offspring.
So be it. Go then, and with my thanks.
Truly, you are full of surprises and rare insights. Alright, this should be fun. Hopefully the goddess will understand my perspective. before I do that, I'm going to go check you out again. That is an amazing character model. That is such a good character model. Look at that. Screenshot. That is amazing. Thanks for the host, Shatter. Look at that. Nah, I don't want to kill her. I don't actually want to kill her. I guess she won't be happy if I steal, will she? That's so awesome. Look at that. No, I'm not. Am I afraid? Rogan, have you watched any of my past playthroughs? Who is the king of dragon slaying? I have killed dragons in Dragon Age Inquisition. I've killed dragons in Dragon Age Origins. I've killed dragons in Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate 2. I have killed dragons in every game you can conceive of that involves dragons to kill. I feel like I don't want to kill her though. Look at the little babe. Look. Oh, look at the baby dragon. Do you want me to kill his mommy? Look at this. Look at this. Look at the baby dragon. Why? I don't want to take away his mommy. Guys, it was Mother's Day 2 days ago. You want me to kill the mom? Look at that cute dragon. Hello. Aw, hello, baby. Look at that. Kill it, make dragon steaks. What I'm gonna do, you know what, Demiser? And don't tell me, I'm sure this is not gonna happen. I just want to say this. In Mass Effect 1, I let the Rachni Queen live. And the Rachni Queen saved my ass later in that game. I want Obsidian to know it right now. I've tweeted out, Obsidian knows the deal. Obsidian knows I play this game. I want Obsidian in Pillars of Eternity 2, or the expansion at some point. I want me to be like, oh my god, I'm overwhelmed, and all of a sudden the Sky Dragon shows up and like, a life for a life, Watcher, and I'm like, yeah, what's up, Sky Dragon? Oh god. Take the baby dragon and raise it. I'm sure the mom would be really happy. I'm like, sure, I'll let you live, but first of all, I'm going to, hope you don't mind, I'm just going to take your baby with me. At the end. Rachni Queen was awesome. And thanks again for the host, Chatter. I appreciate it. But see, now Thorg, are they going to wipe out Twin Elms now that they know that I preserve them? Think about that. Consider that, sir. Consider well. You guys forget. You guys are... you are so anxious for blood that you're not thinking about the long play. The long play is I can kill the dragon, or I can have the dragon work for me. That's the key right there. Dragon works for me, yo. 1 day, 15 hours to finish the botanical gardens. It's a lot of completed stuff. Just have the merchant stalls, curio shop, artificer's hall, and then those 3. The long play is that dragons take over the world. Well, see, exactly, Rogan. Gandalf and the Eagles, exactly. I mean, that's the super long play, Hippo, yeah. You guys seen, is it Reign of Dragons? What's the movie with Matthew McConaughey and Christian Bale? Is it called Reign of Dragons? What's the name of that? That's fun, Miser. Okay, it's gonna be interesting to see about. I look forward to seeing what it is that they come up with there. They're gonna be like, No, I haven't, Wonders. I haven't. I feel like a lot of that stuff is stuff that I'll do when I come back to the game after I finish it. But... Okay, is it? Nope, 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 nope. That's the one I want. Pray to Hylia. You kneel. While you pray, you feel the space around your body shift and melt, and you find yourself in a vision of the mountaintop temple. Yet you see neither worshippers nor a dragon, but a tree. Its limbs wrap around... Oh, wow. Limbs wrap around the perimeter of the temple, tapering into twigs and branches of all sizes and angles. They seem too long and too numerous to be held up by the meager trunk, but they hold steady in the breeze. A single sparrow lands on the nearest branch. It watches you. Why would I throw a rock at the sparrow? The hell? Whistle to the bird. You whistle the first tune that pops into your head. So I see a bird, and the first tune that pops into my head is this. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. The sparrow blinks its beady eyes and hops closer to you along the branch. It bobs its tiny head and opens its beak, and the rich, trilling melody that spills forth is the song of a chorus of birds. A massive flock descends with a thundering of wings and whooping, screeching, chirping calls. They fill the boughs of the trees by the thousands, birds of every shape, size, and color nestling next to one another. Well, actually, Demiser, do you know where that idea comes from about dragons? That idea originally is presented by none other than John Gardner, who wrote the book Grendel, which is a brilliant book if you guys haven't read it, in which the dragon, and of course it's the dragon from the Beowulf epic poem, the dragon lives in all times at once. Like the dragon lives in the present, the past, the present, and the future all at the same time. So there's an argument to be made that when he does what he does with Grendel, which I won't spoil for you, he's doing that in part to set the chain of events in motion that will eventually lead Beowulf to kill the dragon in the future. Haven't you heard? I was under the impression everyone heard. Uma-mow, mow, uma-mow, mow. Yeah, so anyway. To be honest, I really can't stand the birds. A breeze ripples through the air. The limbs sway, creaking with a strange, gentle rhythm. A few hundred of the birds flit from their branches, forming a brilliantly variegated flock in front of the tree. As they meet and swoop in unison, you catch a glimpse of someone looking back at you, cloaked by the flurry of feathers. Look there, the mantle of feathers. We are in the court of birds, and there stands the Sky Mother.
You journeyed to my temple and found the dragon. Yet instead of driving it off, you allowed it to stay. The songs of my faithful will never again fill the nest, and the beast and her young will slaughter many to feed their hunger.
I can explain. See, what happened was... What's up, Parker? Really? That's interesting, Parker. Dragons, like your birds, are creatures of the skies. Every life bears a cost.
Yes, and each should create wonders of commensurate value. What does a dragon create?
More dragons. Big dragons create baby dragons. No. Fire. It consumes, but it also powers creation.
Plumage of the sun. Brilliant burning feathers of orange and yellow. In the sky it brings life. In the soul, inspiration. And on the poet's desk, guidance. Your answer speaks of discernment, Watcher. Of a soul that is a candle in darkness. Perhaps you could bring light to a place of shadows.
I already know that Theos and Ixarkanen has gone to Sun and Shadow to strengthen Boudica with thousands of souls. The birds return to the tree and nestle amongst their peers. The breeze ripples through the branches again, carrying the goddess's voice.
Then you have earned the favor of another. But stopping Theos will not heal the Deerwood. You must guide the trapped souls back to the bodies they were stolen from.
Ah!
Hollow-born children whose eyes have never seen the sun.
Now we're getting to what I wanted to do with these souls in the first place. After long years, let their wounds be healed, their tears dried. You could restore... Oh, sorry. You could restore them. Give their families hymns of joy after years of lament. Peace and restoration give purpose to suffering. There is no meaning, no redemption in pain that does not lead to fulfillment. Symmetry demands that great rejoicing follow suffering such as this. I'm not sure that it's possible to truly undo the harm Theos has caused. Perhaps the years cannot be forgotten, and for some, perhaps it is already too late. But if you could restore even one soul, kindle one spark of life, raise one voice in joy, it would be worth it. Yep. I will continue to Sun and Shadow.
When you reach the Burial Isle, you will find souls there that I have granted reprieve for their sins. I give these to you, for only they can bear you to safety on your journey down. And when you face Theos and the rotting fruits of his endeavors, remember the conversation we have had. In that moment, you will have power rivaling a god's. And after it, you will live in the world that you have chosen. Choose Restoration, Watcher. Return the souls to the bodies they were stolen from. Swear to me that you will do this.
Swear to me.
And I shall give you power to make even Woodica quake. I can be merciful and terrible, Watcher.
Watcher, this is the hope I have held to, that the children of Deerwood might be restored, their families healed. Let us bring Hylia's restoration to this country. Boom. I'm down on it. I swear to return the souls to the Hollowborn children of the Deerwood. And I shall remember... Oh, sorry. And I shall remember. The dark wings snap shut, and the tiny sparrow flits to your shoulder. It tilts its head back and opens its beak, and the song that spills forth is like nothing you've ever heard. Melodies at once mournful and beautiful entrance you. The world becomes a place of pure color and sound. Each perfect moment follows the next like the lines of a poem or the bar of a song.
Wait. I'm not done with you.
Who is this that speaks in anger? Please forgive Pallegina's boldness, Hylia. Passion is but another side of my nature. There is nothing to forgive. The birds settle on the branches and regard Pallegina. If they're already dead, the souls go back to them and then I assume pass from them directly to the wheel, I would guess.
It's not often that any of our kind get the chance to speak to their... What should I call you? My mother? Father? Those words seem to fall short and yet be too generous, given our history.
The birds cock their heads, craning and twisting their necks to look at one another. You are angry with me.
What did you expect? Should I be happy? To be like this? To live like this? What kind of creator does this to her creation and abandons it in a world this cruel?
And should I have plucked you from your home, wrapped you in my wings, and brought you to a nest like this one? Some tranquil and harmonious place far from the war chants and battle dances you love so well? Tell me what you want. Pallegina looks at her and goes, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Sorry.
All I've ever wanted from any of your kind is to take some responsibility. Any responsibility for what you've done. To us. To every one of the children you've abandoned.
That's fair. You are a song of ferocity, and one I love well. I hear your furor and rage, and it is music. Your prowess and valor leave a trail like a tapestry upon the world. I would not dampen your song, even with the comfort of my wings.
What does that mean? Come back here!
Oh, snap. I'm sorry you didn't get the answers you were looking for, Pallegina. You deserve better.
We all deserve better.
Nice. I'm so happy I got that option. That is completely the option I wanted. I swore to Hylia that I would return the souls to Hollowborn children. So she gave me the power. What does that mean? What power does that give me? I see that I leveled up. That's nice. But what power did I just get? Let's find out what power I just got. Hylia's Boon. +1 perception, +1 lore. Okay. That feels completely right to me. Completely right. That was totally what I wanted. He-Man. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Time to level up to level 10. Alright. Let's see. I don't care about that. Nah. Here we go. Ultimate power! You get the power to open jars with really stubborn lids. That's quite a power. That's cool with me if it is, though, Wonders. RP-wise, I feel very happy with that. Alright. Accurate wounding shot. The ranger's aim becomes deadlier. Right, that's the more powerful wounding shot. Swift and steady. The ranger becomes better able to shoot quickly, reducing the accuracy penalty of swift aim. Nice! Modify swift aim +5 accuracy? Badass. Yeah. No. We're doing that. 4 shores. That's awesome. Alright, hold on a second. So that now means...
I'm here.
-2 accuracy. Look at that. I get plus 20% attack speed, plus 50% reload speed, with -2 accuracy only. That's awesome. Awesome. Alright. Oh, Ader. I can't level up your athletics, can I? That might be useful. Other than that, I'm going to hold on to the rest of your stuff. Okay. What have I got for defensive? No new class unlocks. Let's see. Superior deflection is possible. Fortitude, will, mental fortress. Actually, he gets charmed. I guess the only real danger is if he gets charmed. So mental fortress is possible. Ooh, that's nice. +6 shield deflection also applies to reflex. That's nice. I like that. I may go with weapon. I may go with weapon and shield style. I practice many styles. Let's see what we got for this. Savage attack. Nah, he's a tank, man. Weapon and shield style. Officially Legolas. Hey, what's up, gentlemen? Can ride an Olifant. That only counts as one. Gent, what's up, man? How you doing, boss? Good to see you, man. You missed an exciting time on Saturday, dude. Okay. Blah. You could probably use some more with the consumables also. Greater lay on hands. What's that? Fueled solely by a leaf. Okay, so it's just more endurance. Critical focus. Allies notice the paladin's zeal and becomes thoroughly inspired by it. Allies affected by zealous focus convert 5% of what would have been ordinary hits to critical hits. That's awesome. Or deep faith. The intensity of the paladin's faith deepens, giving them increased defensive bonuses to faith and conviction. +2 defection, 5 fortitude. No, I like the focus. Critical focus. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And I'm glad you enjoyed vacation, man. Where did you go again? Where did you go for vacation again? Remind me. Let's see. Oh my god, look at that. He's like 57 points away from leveling. Well, he'll do that for Redrick's Hold. And he's like 117 away. And she's like 211 away? So they'll hit level 10 by the time we go on and do the burial thing. Cool, alright. Lovely. Alright, well, that means what we've got left to do is Redrick's Hold. And then, endgame. Hey, Mizu, what's up? Oh, okay, see, so it was all that in a bag of chips, huh, man? I'm glad you enjoyed it, though. Good to see you. I'm really happy, Jen, because I know you've been having kind of a rough time with just lots of stuff on your plate, so I'm glad that you got a good vacay. That's good, man. Good to see you. What's up, Mizu? You can enchant an item. No! Thou shalt not. Okay. Alright, let's get the hell out. Alright, Rogan. I know, Thorg, I know. Alright, Rogan, you ready for some Redrick's Hold? Whoa, wait a minute. Are you ready for some Redrick's Hold? Okay. I'm gonna put down... I gotta go put down an annoying, a feral zombie, if you will. A guy who was supposed to already be dead. Or it's some dude who decided to take over for him and pretend that he's the guy. Whoever it is. He's a guy who should not be around. I already dealt with this clown. Alright, we're taking down Redrick. And then, endgame style. Nice, man, nice. That's cool. That's very, very cool. Very, very cool. Alright. Here we go. All the way back to Redrick's Hold. 2 days, 23 hours. Wow, it's gonna be a long time. Pillars of Arternity, yeah, but we're definitely in the end game stage, though. Definitely in the end game stage. You had Surge this weekend? The soda? What? I lost reputation with Deerfoot Village. Why the hell did I lose reputation with Deerfoot Village? What? Oh, because I ignored the supplicant? I was traveling! The heck is that? En route, the guy shows up and then leaves. Like, dude, I didn't even get the message, clown. Oh, God. Whatever. Supposed to wait around and make sure. Still a hero. That's nonsense. Passive-aggressive supplicant. Nice, Mizu. Man, I haven't had... I had Surge like a couple of times only, I think. Okay. First of all... Botanical Garden constructed. Yeah, he showed up in hour 15. Hour 14, he leaves. The hell was that? How did I have any way of knowing anything about that? That's ridiculous. Okay, let's see. Let's go with an Artificer's Hall next. Okay. And let's be reminded what the heck this is. Return to Redrick's Hold and find your challenger. Save that in another spot. Right? Whatever then. Oh, wait a minute. As you approach the smiling woman at the side of the road, you are struck with a sense of unease. At this distance, you can see that her skin has a sickly, pallid sheen to it, and her eyes are the glassy milk white of a cadaver. Her expression sits oddly on her face, as if it requires great effort to maintain.
How do you do?
Lord Redrick has been expecting you. It is good that you have not refused his challenge. He feared you might prove a coward in the end. I am a vampire. I will escort you to him if you wish. What are you? A loyal servant, granted a boon for her good service. Like my lord, I will persist beyond the cycle and walk in eternity upon the earth. Seek answers from him directly if you want them. Some time to prepare. Then you shall have it. But be warned, you will not escape his vengeance wherever you should flee. And camp. I forgot that I used one of my camping supplies already. At least I only got 2. But it should be enough. Should be enough, I hope. Okay. I read something here about people talking about the alternate spellings. I'm not entirely sure vampire is really working. Not so much, Burner. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that. I'm going to have to do the best I can to try to avoid some of the... I mean, I'm not, like... I'm not against sort of the sex scene stuff. I just have to be careful that it's not overdone, because if it's nothing... The whole, like... The reason I didn't play the first 2 had something to do with, like, the whole collecting women's card... Like, collecting cards of women you conquered. I have some issues with that. Like, I've heard that The Witcher 3 is not based on that, so... See what a vampire looks like, huh? Alright.
I'm here.
Hail and well met.
Come then. He waits for you there. He waits for me upon the tower, does he? Okay. Hi. Lord Redrick VII. An armored figure strides forward. In place of its eyes, great flames burn, emanating heat and light. In that orange glow, you can see that the face beneath has succumbed to rot, the cheeks sunken, the lips pulled back over gray gums and decaying teeth. But it is unmistakably Redrick who stands before you.
Look well. See what you have made of me. But see, too, what great Bereth has permitted. I am returned, mind and soul, so that I might be avenged upon my enemies.
All I see is a walking corpse. Then your eyes are deceived. You cannot imagine the power bestowed upon me. I feel the touch of the gods. My faith is a font from which I draw life. My wrath is a sweeping flame. And you will burn this day. I have
strangled the life from the usurper Kolsch with my own hands. So fell your champion, your great hope.
Was that creature to be your Thane? A man without resolve, without aim? A leech growing fat upon the veils, senseless to the ravages his vanity inflicted upon his people? Almost sounds as bad as the alternative. I will not allow my land... Oh, sorry.
To fall into
Beg your
ruin.
pardon.
I will cleanse the scattered god's poison from the blood of my people. I will scour his name from the Deerwood. Bereth has blessed me with its favor, and I will be its sword. There will be no more mercy for the heretic, the thief, the charlatan. All will meet with death.
I'm tempted to do this. I have also received the Twin God's favor, except that's not true. I'm not a champion of death. You're gonna waste your second chance at life fighting me again? I have been brought back to exact Bereth's vengeance upon the mortal world. This is no waste. Know that I will cleave your head from your shoulders, wretch, and send you cleanly from this world. May the next life provide you with more wisdom than you have shown in this one. Okay. Let's start with this one. Okay, you are marked for death. You are... Let's see. You are a sworn enemy. Let's see. You, Sunbeam. You will be debuffed. And... you will be the ringleader. And break! Sigh with the damn charm. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. Sunbeam, please.
I'm here.
Alright, you uncharmed yet? You're still charmed? Okay, let's do that. Let's see. You still working on this knockdown?
This thing is...
Oh, God. Can you hurry up, please, Eater? You guys are still charmed. Really?
I'm doing the job.
Oh, crap. God. Charmed and frightened. So this is going spectacularly well.
Yes? I've reached...
I am probably in pretty big trouble here. Would you stop running around like a moron? Could you please stop and, like, show up here, please?
Thing is...
Oh, nice of you to join us. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. Oh my god, man. I thought I had something that would...
This thing is doing...
Anytime you'd like us to...
the job.
He did. That's true, he did. Let's see. Oh, nice of you to join us, Durance.
This thing is doing the job.
Dude, he's still barely injured? Wow. Faster. Man,
This thing is doing the job. Okay.
alright. Oh, you're great.
This thing isn't doing the job.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Come on.
This thing isn't doing
Today, please.
the job.
Wow. This is obviously not going to work. Alright, well, I got to take a lot more potions beforehand. What are you doing? Alright, well, that was stupid. I mean, there's no way I was going to win that. Alright, so... Right, that is clearly not going to work. Alright, let's load the quick save. Okay. So, first of all, I have to summon a lot of guys. I have to buff, trap, do a whole bunch of other things. I will do stuff. Yeah, even Ader can't tank that many vampires. Well, the thing that was sucky was the freaking charms. I mean, that was the issue.
I'm here.
The issue was just the number of charms. That was the problem. Alright. First of all... You know the drill here. Okay. Damn it. Gave it to the wrong person. That's fine, though. Place down all of these things. Did they never... They still haven't gotten to level 10 before this fight? Ugh, it's annoying. I feel like I ought to just... Okay. Yep, scarab time. Yes, indeed. All right. Scroll of Burst of Summer Flame. Also, Scroll of Prayer against Fear. See, this is why I find it obnoxious that there's no option for pre-buffing. I understand their logic as to why, but it's frustrating because, like, here's a situation where I could completely use the pre-buff. Okay, I didn't get confused in that one. Right. Okay, good. All right, so we're gonna set this up similar to the way I've set these up before, which is we're gonna drop a whole lot of traps, whole lot of traps. Right here. Okay. Two more.